All right, let's get this party started. If it's one thing I am, it's punctual. Good morning, everybody. It's Ned over My Philippine Dreams, N to the E to the D, over at MPD. Coming at you from the city of Dumaguete, the city of gentle people, Negros Oriental, the Philippines. Area code 6200 for anybody trying to get a hold of our, what do you call it? What is it called? Fan club. Yeah, fan club. All right, we got some news coming out today. Some breaking news. This actually happened a couple days ago because today is May 31st, 2018. It's an auspicious day. It's a special day. Actually, three of us are all having our birthdays at the same time. So me, Brian, and Lynn are actually going to flip-flops tonight because the Sabanals are going to be there and they're going to hopefully, hopefully, sing us a very special happy birthday song. All right, so the latest news we got today, 3 foreigners have been arrested by the PNP, the Philippine National Police, in what authorities are describing as a black money scheme. Black money, that's racist. Among the arrested foreigners was 43-year-old Brown Acu Fonbo, allegedly from the United States, 28-year-old Gum Blanche Murphy from Angola, and 44-year-old Arun, not Aaron, Arun James, who claimed to be from the American territory of Puerto Rico. Keep in mind that they had some IDs on them. They didn't have their passports or the ACR cards or a copy of their passport or anything. They had IDs, so we don't know if they're real IDs or not. When you look at the photos should be going in the background. I don't know if they are or not. I don't even know if I'm online. Okay, I'm online. Yeah, good morning, everybody. DB Coop, Graham, Greg's Gaming, 121917. Okay. Good morning, everybody. So they're just claiming they have these IDs, but as you know, if you've been to Manila, there's a certain area of Manila called the University where you can basically get any kind of ID that you want, up to and including passports. All 3 were arrested by fast-acting PNP officers during an entrapment operation conducted by the CIDG, which stands for Criminal Investigation and Detection Group. They're pretty popular here, and they got a bunch of cool jumpsuits at the jails. In Pasay City, right next to the Mall of Asia. The Mall of Asia used to be like, I guess at one point it was the biggest mall in Asia. It's been since eclipsed by other larger malls. And a quick aside, I'm not sure what is the bigger crime, the black money scam that these foreign nationals were allegedly running, or the fact that the vaunted Mall of Asia doesn't have central air conditioning. I can remember the one time I've been to the Mall of Asia and I was expecting great things. And the individual stores are air conditioned, but the general thoroughfares, the rest of the mall is open air. And on the day that I went, the night I went, it was really hot. The black money scam that they're talking about is simple but effective and has been kicking around for over 10 years. This has been around for a while. Like many other scams, this one seems to have originated in the scam capital, the international scam destination of the world, Nigeria. And it seems to have evolved from a centuries-old scam called the Red Mercury scam, which was conducted out of West Africa. West Africa has always been like the scam center for hundreds of years of the world. They got some pretty interesting stuff coming out of them. And basically the black money scam involves the victim is contacted through whatever means. It could be a text message, it could be an email, it could be in person, they could make friends with the person. And then there is a large amount of blackened United States dollar bills or other currency that they claim were slated for destruction but were intercepted en route. So what they do is they show the victim, they got a suitcase full of blackened what appear to be United States bills. And if you look at the photos that are running in the background behind me, you can actually see some of them actually look really legitimate because what they're using is counterfeit. They're using counterfeit United States currency to conduct this the scam operation. Other times it'll be just blank bills cut into the approximate size of a dollar. A special chemical is claimed by the scammer is required to remove the blackening agent, and the scammer will even pull one bill out at apparent random and show how the black chemical is removed. He will then either spill the chemical removal agent or just have a small bottle of it. He will then say that he will split the money with the victim if the victim will provide thousands of dollars to purchase more of the removal chemical. The scammer will even tell the victim that he can hold the briefcase full of notes, either, again, blank paper bills or counterfeit currency, as collateral while the scammer runs off to get more of this special chemical removal agent. Of course, the scammer will never return, and basically the victim is left short, you know, $10, $20, $30,000 of cash, but he's got a cheap case full of counterfeit bills and a really cool story to tell all his friends on Facebook. How's that for a Facebook update? That's a pretty good one. I don't think anybody's going to be one-upping that one. The arrest of these foreign nationals on May 28th came just 3 days after 5 nationals from the African nation of Cameroon were arrested in another black money operation. I believe that was also in Manila. In this case, the case that we're talking about right now, a Chinese national approached the police and lodged a formal complaint against the scammers, claiming that he had given them 250,000 pesos, which is about 5,000 US dollars, to purchase special chemicals that would take the black coating off a large number of US $100 bills. A police spokesman, from the PNP, stated that this is a new scam, where some type of liquid is put on the bill to reveal the currency underneath. When in fact the Nigerian black money scam has been around for, like I said, over 10 years, merrily separating greedy suckers from their hard-earned cash. And this is actually a pretty good one because, again, when you look at the bills that are behind me that are playing in the slideshow, some of them look really legit. And what they'll say is that they were either intercepted on their way to be destroyed by the U.S. Secret Service, and they use this blackening agent on them before the destruction so that people won't steal them or whatever. So it's pretty slick. The PNP spokesman went on to note that the wily hustlers resisted arrest, which resulted in a chase and resultant injury to several of their heroic officers. The suspected swindlers apparently tried to toss away their scamming gear, the chemicals and bills and stuff, but it was later recovered by sharp-eyed PNP investigators. In total, over 5 million pesos, which is about 100,000 US dollars, and police mark entrapment money, 52 $100 bills, which are suspected to be counterfeit, and four bottles containing a mysterious white chemical were recovered during the operation. I don't write much. The spokesman stated that the chemical will be chemically tested to ascertain its contents. Finally, the PNP officer offered the following. The arrested foreigners were only carrying their IDs. Foreigners are supposed to have their passports with them, but the suspects did not have their passports. To verify their identities, the PNP are coordinating with the United States, Angolan, and Puerto Rican Philippines embassies. I'm pretty sure there's not a Puerto Rican embassy in the Philippines, but hey, this is the Sunstar reporting, sunstar.com. I'll put the link in the article. Actually, the link should be down in the video description box. All 3 suspects are being charged with swindling, assault on persons of authority, resistance, disobedience, and charges of syndicated estafa. You hear about estafa a lot in the Philippines, and that's like harming somebody through deceitful means, like scamming them, hustling them, promising them something and not delivering it. And again, you can find the original article to this down in the video description box. And again, like I said, if you look at the photos of the 3 individuals in their orange jumpsuits, I think they got the CIDG special jumpsuits, you'll see that they look African. They're pretty dark. Again, one claimed to be from the United States, one claimed to be from Puerto Rico, the other one claims to be from Angola, and the police are working on verifying those identities. You can get any type of identity you want up at the university in Manila, that special section of Manila where you can get any type of forged documents you want. And they do a really good job. Matter of fact, at some point I got to go up there because I actually know another guy who went up there, got a bunch of photos of some of these IDs, passports, and all that. And he actually got a Malaysian passport, and I was comparing it online to the real one, and it's pretty freaking good. And it cost him it was like 7,000 pesos. So that's life in the fast lane. That's another scam that's going on here. Interestingly enough, like I said before, 5 days earlier or 3 days earlier, 5 other nationals from Cameroon were busted in another black money, black dollar operation scam. And if you do a Google search, you'll find that a Filipino was recently busted in Malaysia perpetuating one of these black money scams over in Malaysia. It seems to be actually pretty popular in Malaysia. So if you're in Malaysia or you're thinking about going to Malaysia and someone approaches you with a suitcase full of blackened United States $100 bills, keep in mind what's going on. Okay, going to the comments. Hi Ned, Chris Bartlett, how are you? Good to see you, Chris Bartlett. You've been here for a long time, man. Are you still out in the province? What are you doing? Wayne Matthews says Nigeria biggest scammers of all. Yeah, I actually wrote an article on online romance skating for a website, and I went down into a rabbit hole that is the Nigerian history of scamming, and those guys are pros. Those guys and gals are incredibly professional. They're super devoted. They work in teams. They actually have, I mean, not officially incorporated corporations, but there's entire networks of these individuals that work together to separate people from their money. And it's pretty amazing. Mama San D said no passports. Yeah, okay, that's one thing I wanted to mention. As far as I know, and again, I'm usually a font of misinformation. I've been here for almost 5 years, but I basically know nothing at this point. You don't have to have your passport with you. What you need to have with you is your ACR card or, and someone's going to correct me and I'm probably wrong, a photocopy of your passport with your most recent visa stamp in it. Like I said, as far as I know, you don't have to carry your passport around. I only carry my ACR card around. I have an up-to-date ACR card that's given to me by BI, and I carry that around with me, and hopefully I won't lose it. Mama Son D, aloha Ned. Hope the weather is kind to all you guys in the PI. It's freaking hot, man. It's hot. I've been a bitch. I've been complaining. I've been grumpy. I've been in a bad space. And it affects everything. But this is only summertime. The rest of the time in the Philippines, I love it. I really do. I love you, Philippines. I really do. But I think it's just May. I think I've finally, after nearly 5 years, I've narrowed it down to just May. So next year, when I go back to the United States, it's going to be from like April 30th to May 29th or something. Because I'm going to try to avoid May. Because before I went to the U.S., I don't remember it being this hot. But as soon as I got back, man, whoa, my gosh. Chris Bartlett says, I only have my Philippines driver's license with me. But I believe Chris lives like way out in the province somewhere. And I think pretty sure you're like the only foreigner there. So they probably all know you. So I don't think they're too worried about it. Trayvon Zimmerman. Hey, did everybody hear about the latest that happened to that Zimmerman guy? What a douche he is. Oh, and also, if you guys follow my live cast, you'll remember that 71-year-old Catholic nun that President Duterte got very upset about and personally ordered her deportation and stuff. Her deportation, her actual date that she has to leave is June 18th because they gave her some time to appeal. And in the meanwhile, the progressive wing of the Philippines government, you got the conservatives and you got the progressives. The progressive wing, who is a minority, of course, because the conservatives control the country. So that's why you're not going to see any actual like divorce laws pass or anything because they want to keep the power. They don't want their wives divorcing them and taking their money. So the conservatives are going to win. But the progressives put forth a bill requesting citizenship for this 71-year-old Australian nun. And if the bill actually passed, which it's not going to because, again, the conservatives run the country, but if it actually passed, she'd be a citizen, and then she wouldn't be in trouble for speaking out against the government, which as a foreigner you're not supposed to do. So I thought that was pretty funny. Comedy is based on tragedy, and there's nothing more tragic than us, the human being, especially when it comes to politics and stuff. So my props to the Progressive Party, also known as the Yellow Party. Why do we have to be the Yellow Party, man? What's up with that? Why can't we be the Red Party, the Blood Party? Why are we gonna be the Yellow Party, the party of cowardice? So anyways, that's my story. That's sticking to it. Justin Chavez says those are some sketchy looking people. One dude looks like he has a samurai. He took a samurai sword to the face. Yeah, those are some pretty sketchy looking individuals, man. Chris Bartlett said she's been on the TV a bit. It was on the Yahoo this morning. Davao Don says the yellow tards. Thank you for that. In the U.S. it's libtards. Here it's the yellow tards. Thank you, Davao Don. That sister nun just got back to Australia and chill. No need to be all stressed with PI stuff. She's been here for 30 years. She speaks the language fluently. She's always been working with the people. She's devoted. That's her life work. And I guess, she believes in human rights and people not being, I don't know, killed without like due process and stuff. Those progressives with their liberal ideas. And she spoke out against it, and she was photographed, like you saw. They had some of the photos of her in demonstrations. You can't do that here. You can't do that. They don't like that. Brian Beckley says rocking a sock. Freaking right, man. Yeah. Mama Son says no comments on yellow farty. Let's have a rainbow party. I hear you, man. Why can't we just all get along? Both sides. Like dogs and cats living together. Yeah, Rain Man says that nun has probably spent most of her life in the Philippines. She spent 30 years out of the 71 here. So she's, and I just thought it was hilarious that the Progressive Party actually put forth a bill trying to grant her citizenship, especially in light of what the president said, because he basically said something, she's a foreigner. What right does she have to say anything about our policies? This is a question of national sovereignty and stuff. So. Okay, so that's basically it. I want to keep this short. I just saw the thing on the black money. I did some research on it. I'd heard about it before. I thought it was really interesting. And again, the level of sophistication on this one, especially when you see the slide behind me or to the side of me, the slide that shows, the counterfeit bills that have been blackened out. And the chemical actually works. They use it's like glue with something else on it, and the little chemical, it dissolves the glue, revealing the money underneath. And they offer to let the person hold the money. If you watched Lost, you'll remember a similar scam to the black money scam, where the person says, "Here, you can even hold the money," and all that stuff to catch. It's a confidence game, and you got to catch the person's confidence, and that's what they do. Brian Beckley. Happy birthday, Brian. Brian's birthday was recently. And he noted that Ned quit smoking. Yes, round of applause for me. Thank you very much. I quit smoking. The last cigarette I had was on the porch in Florida the morning after I arrived. And I've been doing this thing every now and then, but I haven't even been doing that much. Last night I went out for a couple drinks. I've been trying not to go to bars because that's what really triggers smoking. That and drinking a lot of coffee, which I'm doing right now. Murray443 Garrett says those are dodgy looking Nigerian scammers. So obvious. Absolutely obvious. Let me see. Am I monetized? Yeah, whatever. They always demonetize my live streams. So I'm doing this out of my goodness of my heart. The deep, 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 compassionate, caring, concerned, progressive, liberal heart that I have. To all the people that I lost because I admitted that, I came out of the closet saying that I was a progressive. I apologize. I've been doing some reading. I've been reading Ayn Rand, Atlas Shrugged. I think that's what it's called, or something. And I'm trying to, become more enlightened. Brian Beckley says vaping causes cervical cancer in men. Frack you, Brian. Brian. The house of Brian. Where are we going? We're going to the house of Brian. We're going to the house of Ned. All right, so that's basically it. Everybody be well. Watch out for the black money scam. Don't let people separate you from your hard-earned cash. And don't forget, you got to keep dreaming. Despite all this, you got to keep dreaming. Keep the dream going. This is Ned over My Philippine Dreams. Thanks to everybody who commented and took part in this live cast. And I'll see you next time. Peace. Peace, love, and understanding. Stop streaming.